Hi everyone, this is Sagar Shah and I'm here with a video on the life of Praggnanandhaa. This 18-year-old boy has taken the world of chess by a storm with his phenomenal performance at the FIDE World Cup 2023. As he's fighting Magnus Carlsen in the finals, I had been writing an article on him for many days, in fact, right since he crossed 2700 ELO, on the pictures of Praggnanandhaa and giving you sort of an entire life story. This picture that you see on your screen is him, maybe just a few months old. And here's another picture of him, uh, of this very young boy. I guess he might be like couple of months old or maybe few 3-4 months old. And this one is with his sister Vaishali, who's also one of India's finest chess players. Now, we first met Praggnanandhaa in 2014 in August. Uh, October 2014. At that point, his rating was 1946. He was playing at the World Juniors Championship in Pune, and he was just 9 years old. And the World Juniors is under 20. And we saw this boy like really focused, and Amruta took this picture. This picture actually became quite viral later on when Prag started to do really well. Here's one of the pictures with the entire family in that tournament, the World Juniors 2014. Prag is just 9 years old. Vaishali is around, I think, 13, and their mother, Naga Lakshmi. And in fact, in the same tournament, Amruta interviewed them. Here's a very small part of that interview, which I want you to hear.
And how many hours he practices? Praggnanandhaa?
3 hours.
3 hours every day.
3 hours.
Every day you will practice 3 hours
After school.
after school. Wow, that is also very good for this age. So, what is your goal in chess?
To increase my rating as much as possible. Fast.
To increase your rating?
In fast.
And what about him?
I also increase in rating.
How much do you want to increase it? 3,000?
Actually, I think it's Amruta who put it into the head of Prag to increase it to 3000, because when he became an IM, this is exactly what he said. But in this interview, what I really found special was the joy on the face of Naga Lakshmi. This was, of course, before the time that both these players became very famous. In fact, by this time, they had won one world championship each. Prag had won the under 8, and I think Vaishali had won under 12. Um,
So, what? 2,000. So, in this tournament, you are gaining more than 150 points, right? Praggnanandhaa, what happened to your game today?
I'm lost.
I lost. And Vaishali.
Lost. And so this is a very nice interview. I'm going to link these interviews. In fact, I'll put the link of the entire article below so you can actually follow it, and you can see this entire interview. Here's another very nice picture of Vishy Anand with Vaishali and Prag. This is at the Velammal school where Anand had gone to felicitate these two youngsters. Very beautiful picture of them. And that's Prag, Vaishali. And I think there's one more player, I cannot identify her, but this is their first trainer, Thiagarajan, and he helped them become better in the initial years. This was one of the world youths where Prag did not finish, I think, in the top. It was Nihal who had won this. This was in Durban, maybe 2013 maybe, or 14 perhaps. Yeah, maybe 14. But what a picture this is, right? There's Prag, there's Nihal, there's Vincent Keimer, there's Nodirbek Abdusataro on the right. The boy in the center is David Peng. He's currently 2300, but the four other kids have gone on to become the best in the world. There was this 2015 World Youth Championships where Prag won the gold medal in, I think it was under 12 boys, and or maybe it was under 10. And all these five youngsters, Vaishali, Bharat Subramaniam, Praggnanandhaa, Rakshita, and Mahalakshmi, they all won the gold medal. And they were all trained by RB Ramesh. So this was a very unique World Youth Championships. Prag being felicitated there by AICF, and the person who is actually giving Prag the check, the man in the black suit, is Venkatrama Raja, and he is the founder of the Ramco Group, who started supporting Prag and Vaishali. Prag when he became IM, and Vaishali also during that period, and they have continued that support till date. If you see Prag playing even now at the World Cup, he wears Ramco on his. So this is the kind of support that really brings out stars. You know, you support them when they are young, talented, but yet not achieved much. They need that support, and then they kind of shine the years later. Here's a very nice picture taken by Nisha Mohota. She has taken this picture, and this is Praggnanandhaa playing against Harshit Raja. Harshit later on went on to become a GM as well, India's 69 GM. And this is at a tournament in France or Austria. Prag, along with his good friend Arvind Chidambaram, they both playing on the boards next to each other in that tournament. Then I think Prag made his first IM norm here in this event. And then he came to Aeroflot Open, and he was playing in the B group. And you can see he was playing against the big guys. This is Grandmaster Levon Babujian, and Prag beat him. And he managed to score his second IM norm here. At the closing ceremony, this is a very nice picture by Amruta of Prag, very focused here. At this point, I believe Prag was 10 years and a few months old. And at the closing ceremony, he was playing along with Vaishali and Arvind, and I joined in to play pair blitz. It was great fun playing with them. You can see how Prag was enjoying himself there with his friends and sister. And there was nothing like, oh, I made an IM norm or anything of that sort. He was just completely enjoying the joy of playing chess. And later on, I told Prag, can we do an interview? This was my first interview with Prag. And I want to show you this small little clip from there. So how did you practice every day over here? What did you do in the morning? You prepared?
I prepared.
So the round was at 3 p.m. So from morning you used to prepare? Full time?
Not full time.
Then what else would you do?
I wake up at 9 o'clock. Then I will eat. And only I will prepare.
And then you would prepare until the round, 3 o'clock.
No, like 1:30.
Okay. And was your coach helping you for this event, or you were working on your own?
Coach is helping.
Coach was. You know, Prag was a little fearful. His English was also not that great. But this interview became very popular because Anish Giri reacted to this. Sort of, he did the mimicry there. In fact, you can find this interview on RB Ramesh's channel. Anish Giri imitating. It's a very funny video. He does prepare. Yes, 3 hours. He does very nice acting of Prag there. This is a very nice picture taken by Priyadarshan Banjan at the Bhubaneswar tournament, where both the young champs of India, Praggnanandhaa and Nihal Sareen, were playing. And it was in this tournament that Prag became the youngest international master at the age of 10 years and 10 months. It was very cool because I think to become an IM at this very young age was not at all easy back then, and Prag did it with, quite like he just breezed through it. So there was this one nice interview done. So this was happening in Bhubaneswar, and we at that point ChessBase India was just beginning, and we didn't have anyone there. So I asked Rupali Malik, who is mother of Rahil Malik, who is now an IM. He was there, and I said, "Can you interview Prag?" And she did this interview, and this is the final moment of this interview. Very nice one.
And finally, what is your main final aim in chess?
Became GM and rating 3000.
Did I hear rating 3000? And do you know what is Carlsen's rating?
2851. Like,
So you want to become 150 points above Carlsen?
yes.
Magnus Carlsen, are you hearing this? No, but how do you plan to do that? Isn't that very difficult?
It's difficult. Too difficult.
Too difficult, but that's your main aim. And what is your aim? How soon do you want to become a GM?
2016 December.
Is that your target?
It took some more time. He did it in 2018 June, but this 3000 ELO was a very cool statement he made. In that same event, Prag was also interviewed by his friend Tarun Kant.
Hello everyone, I am Tarun Vikant. I am another chess player from Tamil Nadu. Here I am present with Praggnanandhaa, another player from my academy, trained by R.B. Ramesh. Now I am going to ask him a few questions which every kid in the world wants to know. Okay, Praggnanandhaa, உனக்கு R.B. Ramesh
So this interview is in Tamil. So all those who interview like can follow Tamil, please check it out. It's a very nice one. So let's continue with the journey. A very nice picture here. Prag in the center, and one of the world youths, I believe. On his on the left side is Divya Deshmukh. On the right is Mrudul Dehankar, two very talented girls from Nagpur. In 2016, at the end of the year, Prag went to London to play the London Chess Open, where Vishy Anand was also going to play in the London Chess Classic, the super tournament there. And this was a very nice picture that Lennart Utes took of Prag sitting on Vishy's board, and there was this nice little banner there with Vishy Anand here. So it was a very cool picture at that point. Prag is trained by Grandmaster R.B. Ramesh, and one of the things that I've seen Prag doing a lot is laughing around Ramesh. And I think Ramesh has managed to create that atmosphere of seriousness, but at the same time, there are jokes, there's this innocence there around, and it's very, very cool atmosphere. I think somewhere in 2017, I went to Prag's house. This is his house in Chennai, and I met him. His parents were there. Vaishali had gone to a tournament, and his mother made a wonderful coffee for me. Amazing coffee. And I had this quiz for Prag of 10 positions. He solved it. In fact, it's still available on our shop as a free product. You can actually download it from ChessBase India and watch it. Prag solving those 10 positions was amazing. And when my work ended, I told them that I'll go, but I couldn't find a cab. So Ramesh Babu actually took out his scooter. This is his scooter, and they travel all four together, like Lagalakshmi, Prag, Ramesh Babu, and Vaishali. So they told me that, sit, we'll drop you. So eventually, Nagalakshmi went back to the home, and Prag and Ramesh Babu dropped me to the sort of main road there, and I then took the cab. And Prag was very, very helpful. He would take my bag and he would take care of it. Very little boy. At that point, he was 11 or 11 and a half years old. This is a very nice picture of Vishy Anand with Praggnanandhaa at the St. Louis Chess Club. I think this was the time when Prag was sort of rising up and Vishy was slowly taking notice of his talent. And this is Prag giving a simul in France in a tournament. He played against 20 opponents, this young boy, and beat all of them 20 out of 20. Typical posture of Prag those days playing chess. He would sort of roll his legs up and sit on the chair. Couldn't reach the board but was crushing everyone. That's with the strongest player, women player at that point in the world, Hoi Fan. And this was Prag's first win against David Howell. First win against 2700 plus GM. This happened at the Isle of Man tournament in 2017. And Pragg made his first GM norm in 2017 in November when he played the World Junior Championship. He was just 12 years old at that point, and he played there, and he managed to score this amazing performance. Look at this. He's beaten Mohammad Nubair Shah Sheikh, Jordan Van Forest, SL Narayanan, Wander Liang. Brilliant performance, and he made, and actually he was almost going to win this tournament, but then in the end he could make his first GM norm. Then Pragg and Vaishali played at the World Youth Olympiad in Ahmedabad, and this was a very nice picture of them with their mother. In that same event, we launched ChessBase India merchandise, which still is very, very popular. Our t-shirts and all, and of course, ChessBase India accessories. We call it Style Your Chess. And Pragg and Vaishali helped us launch it. In fact, over the years, Pragg has helped us a lot. There was this one elite pass which we had launched. Avatanshu in our team had launched it, and Pragg was the one who was our first person who got this card from us. In that tournament at World Youth Olympiad, both Nihal and Pragg were playing, and there were many nice interviews that we did and game analysis. Here's another very cool picture of Pragg with his Bharat Singh Chauhan here, the AICF secretary, who has always looked out for Pragg and his progress. And this is the World Youth team, and look at Pragg always sort of making these horns on the head of others. There you see again on Vaishali's head, and of course Vaishali did not lose her opportunity of doing this. There's this very nice interview of Pragg's mother, which was done by Amruta here at that event, and here's a very small bit from that.
And what is the daily routine when you are in a foreign country?
Cooking food, cooking, washing,
Cooking,
washing.
What do you cook?
Morning breakfast,
What?
almost tournament.
So what in
Hotel,
breakfast?
bread, egg, cornflakes.
Same for both of them?
Same.
Egg.
Morning,
Okay. And lunch?
lunch prepared.
Prepare.
Preparing. And
So
sambar,
Praggnanandhaa prepare chess, you prepare lunch.
sambar, rasam,
Rasam. And
vatta kodumbu.
the kolambu.
So it's a very nice interview. You get insights into the life of a super mom, Nagalakshmi, how she takes care of her kids during tournaments. It's a 12-minute interview by Amruta, very nicely done. I had actually gone to the house of Pragg, right? I had told, and at that point I had interviewed Ramesh Babu, and I want to show a small segment because at that point Pragg was on the verge of becoming world's youngest GM. He was almost going to beat Karyakin's record, and so I asked him, "Do you take stress about it?" And so you are very happy with the progress of both the kids.
Yes, definitely.
One question which I have to ask, and it has been asked many times, is about Praggnanandhaa becoming the youngest GM. Do you think about this all the time, or you don't think at all?
No, we never give pressure on him.
But do you personally have a pressure?
No pressure.
You don't think about
Yes.
this thing. So it's only about playing
But
chess.
each and every tournament he is improving his game. That's why that's only we want.
So that what would be your message to other chess parents? There are a lot of chess parents going to tournaments, traveling. Is there any message that you would
Yes,
like to give
definitely.
them?
Don't give pressure to the players and don't compare anybody with anybody. That is the main.
Very nice, heartfelt advice there. So you can check that one out. It's a very nice interview as well. This was Pragg's second GM norm. This he did in Greece, Heraklion. There he performed very well. He won the tournament. I think it was the Fisher Memorial Tournament, unbeaten, and he scored 2600 plus performance. His final GM norm came at I think Gradin Open in Ortici in Italy, and here Prague did it with one round to spare. He beat Moroni Luca Jr. in that game, and he managed to become a GM at the age of 12 years, 10 months, and 13 days. When he achieved that, at that point, Prague was the second youngest GM in the world, and this was a nice little creative made by Amruta there. And also, when Prague came back home, this is a picture by Arun Sankar. Very nice picture. His schoolmates sort of lifted him up. Velammal School. It was very nice. Uh, Amazing picture here. Put a turban on his head. I think one of Prague's first encounters with super GMs in chess was in Lyon Masters when he played against Wesley So. He did win one game there, but Wesley did beat him. It was a best of 4 games. And I think that was where Prague started to get experience, playing the top guys. And then Tata Steel Chess India gave him the opportunity to play in their tournament in Blitz. Prague struggled because they were the best in the world, but he drew both his games against Hikaru, which was very cool. I think he was worse in both the games, but he managed to hang on. The games against Vishy Anand were just epic. We have both of them on our channel, and there are special videos. Here's Vishy and Prague. Very happy at that point. And also it was the first video on ChessBase India that hit 1 million views. I think we were really happy about it. So let me just show you a bit of it. So you can check out this video. It's Vishy playing against Prague. Very cool game. By the way, when Prague became a GM, the person who interviewed him first was this 8-year-old girl, Suhani Lohia. And this is a very cool interview. I just want to show you a bit of it.
I'm very happy to get the opportunity to interview the world's second youngest GM ever, Praggnanandhaa. When you heard that you were getting your third GM norm in this tournament, how do you feel?
I was very happy that after the 8th round, the fighting came for 9th round. I was just happy about that I finished my GM norm.
Prague already seems so much more confident while doing these interviews. So it's a very nice interview. Suhani asks some great questions. 8-year-old interviewing Prague is very unique. At the same Tata Steel tournament, Prague was one of the big attractions there. There were a lot of fans who wanted his his autograph there. You can see RB Ramesh sir in the background where people want his autographs as well. Somehow we are trying to make Prague sit down and do the autograph session. And this is a very cool picture because Hikaru had won the tournament there. Vishy had won the Blitz, but Hikaru had, I think, won the overall event. And Prague is looking at him and he's like, someday I'll take those ones. I'll also try to win those. In 2018, I went to Ramesh's house to do live commentary for the World Championship. So Amruta and I were on our 1-year nomadic trip, and we were going to the houses of top grandmasters in India. Mainly in Chennai. We had gone to Sethuraman's place, then Adiban's place, and then we went to Ramesh's place, and the match was happening late in the night. So I asked Ramesh if we can do, and Ramesh said Prague will stay back for the commentary. And we commentated on Fabi versus Carlsen's game. It was very nice. I still remember it as very, very fondly that Prague stayed back for that. Then Prague got an opportunity to play in Tata Steel B group in Netherlands, Wijkanse, and he played against Vincent Keimer, sitting in his favorite posture there on the chair. And Prag didn't do so well. He finished, I think, 11th out of 14 players, but gained invaluable experience there. In 2019, there was this camp which was held by Microsense and the players were taken to on the border of France and Switzerland. There was a place called Champs-sur-Léman, and Amruta and I, we were there as sort of caretakers, guardians of these kids. We're also covering that, and there was Prag there, Gukesh, Leon, Prithu, Raunak, Inian, and Vladimir spent a lot of time with them. We also played a lot. In fact, Prag always wanted to go into the backyard and play. He loved playing games and was always very active. This was one of the interviews of Prag, which was very funny. Everyone was waiting, like everyone had to do a short interview to the rapid fire. So everyone's waiting there, and we were doing with Prag, and a very nice picture of a smiling Prag there. I want to show you a small part of this interview because at that point, Prag's favorite sentence was, I don't know. And there's this very nice video. And the question asked is, if someone were to give you 7 crore rupees, 1 million USD to leave chess forever, would you accept the money?
No. I just like to play chess and yeah. Just, I don't really think about money. I don't know. I don't remember actually. I don't know. I don't know. Really. I mean, I don't know. I have to say like that because I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe some. I don't know. I don't know. Really, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. These are very tough questions. I don't know. No reason.
Okay.
I like it because I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Please, thank you at the end. I was like, thank you, please leave me. Yeah, that was a very nice. You can check that interview out. Then Frederick came to that house. It was a 10-day camp. So in between, Frederick Friedel, the co-founder of ChessBase, came there, and he started to give very logical puzzles to the kids there, not just chess but other puzzles. And you could see in the breaks, everyone was hooked onto it, including Kramnik, and here Kramnik and Prag trying to solve one of those puzzles. Prag, one of the things that I've seen in Prag is that he's very naturally inquisitive about things. He wants to learn stuff. And so when Amruta would also take pictures, he would want to learn how to take good pictures. And here you can see him taking the photograph of the photographer. And he would also never complain. Like, we made food there which was very simple: rice, dal, maybe one vegetable or something, and Prag would always eat there sitting. He would never complain. Very simple boy. That's a nice picture of Gukesh, who is almost going to sleep there, and Prag showing the Microsense badge, which had sponsored the entire trip. And this is Kramnik with Prag. And I think Kramnik really saw the talent in Prag. He said that Prag reminds him of young Vishy Anand. Prag and Gukesh actually came back home with us to Mumbai, and this is our place where we are staying. In fact, this is the room from where I'm recording right now this video. This was just when we had moved into this house in 2019. They are our first guests, perhaps. And Amruta here with Gukesh and Prag. Gukesh took small steps to giant improvement by Sam Shanklin and Doretsky's analytical manual, while Prag's book is The Game Changer, the Alpha Zero book. I actually went and dropped Prag to the airport. He traveled back alone to Chennai, which is quite brave, considering he was only 14 years old. In 2019, there was the World Youth Championships that happened in Mumbai, and there were the categories of under 14, 16 and 18. And Prag could take part in under 14. He could also play in under 16, but he played in under 18. He wanted that challenge. and he played amazingly well. He won the event. This is also a nice picture because look, Prag and Divya here, two of the top seeds of the events, and they had won nationals way long time ago. So they both sort of grew together into strong players. This is the picture of Prag winning the under 18 championship, which was a big thing for us because he was the only one from India who won the gold medal. And look at the joy on Nagalakshmi's face. That's, I think, Prag calling uh, his father there. And Nagalakshmi, of course, was thrilled that Prag did so well. And Prag with his trophy. I want to show you that moment where Prag goes up to the stage to get his um, to get that trophy.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, as an Indian, this is the proudest moment. For champion in the Open Under 18 category is none other than Praggnanandhaa.
So there were many strong players, but Prag played very well and became the world champion. It's a cool video with the national anthem later on. So high on energy. You can check this one. Also, when we were in that Kramnik camp in France, there was this one game that Prag played with Amruta. It was so exciting because if you see, Prag has only started off with 20 seconds on the clock. Amruta had 3 minutes, and it reached this position where Prag has 7 seconds. Amruta has 1 minute 45 seconds.
I'm having only 7 seconds.
So Prag sees now and he says, I have only 7 seconds. And it's still middle game. Now look at how fast he plays. And of course, Amruta is clearly better and she was winning. But the way in which I couldn't believe that Prag actually managed to trick her. And he's made all these moves with just 1 second. Look at him there playing with the piece. He's so relaxed, even with 6 seconds. I mean, I would be flipping out by now. And Amrita is a decent player, 2000 rated. At that point, she was also quite in touch, perhaps, like decently. Five seconds versus 45.
Oh my god.
Now Prag is down to 3 seconds.
God.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
Oh, what is this?
He has 1 second and it's made now. That is Gukesh. That was Gukesh who came in at the end. It was a tremendous video that we have. And this is Prag at the World Junior with his two very good friends. I would say his two friends who were much stronger than him. Karthikeyan Murli and Arvind Chidambaram, still very strong GMs, 2600 plus GMs. But I think Prag learned a lot from them, and being around them, I think, helped him a lot. And of course, they're all very cool together, enjoying in tournaments. So that always helps. In 2020, there was the Microsense camp in Chennai this time, where Kramnik and Gelfand both were invited. This is a great picture of the entire family. On day one of the camp, they had come to drop these two youngsters. And this is the picture of Gelfand. It was like, he's saying, you Prag, you will be a candidate soon there. And these are the three Indian youngsters who have crossed 2700 already. At that point, they were all around 2500 to 2600 range. Prag, Gukesh, and Arjun. And Prag would generally sort of stay back, and we would record stuff. He would show some nice variations that he had learned during the camp, and that was useful for people who were following this on YouTube. So it was very cool. Again, Amruta would teach many of them something about photography, and it was always very exciting for them. It's one of the nice pictures with Prag there. And then Akhil had actually come with Aruna. That's the son of Vishy Anand and Aruna Anand there. And Akhil's favorite chess player is Prag. So that is a nice picture of them together there. Then came the lockdown in 2020. Prag was preparing at home. He worked hard, but not just on chess. He was also cleaning everything in the house. He was also cleaning his trophies. And then came the online Olympiad, where Prag and Vaishali both were part of the gold medal winning Indian team. In 2021 Olympiad, the team, it was a hybrid kind of an event where the entire team went to Chennai and played online from there, from one hotel. And it was a very nice team. You can see, I think, Prag there in the center. Prag and Nihal were the juniors of the team, and they did very well in the event. Then in 2021, and there was the World Championship match in Dubai, and Prag went there, and he was uh, given a chance to sit on the chair of Magnus Carlsen, which he did not want. He was very much like, please don't make me sit. I want to. It was kind of like he felt he should earn the right to sit there. He didn't want to sit just like that. But the photographers made him sit there. He sat quite uncomfortably. And then he got a chance to make the first move in the game of Nepo and Carlsen. And he actually guessed the move, 1c4. Maybe it was the discussion before he made the move with Vishy, Ramesh, and Saravanan, which helped him. But he made the move 1c4 on Nepo's board, and Nepo did play that in that game. This is Prag with Ashwin, R. Ashwin, who's a famous Indian cricketer. The first time that Magnus and Prag met each other was in 2022, Vaikanze, and Magnus managed to win that game. Prag sort of overstretched an equal position. He tried to attack, sort of, but Magnus punished him. That's a picture of Vishy and Prag at the Westbridge Anand Chess Academy. It was actually the Westbridge offices in Bangalore. And yeah, I think Waka has helped Prag a lot in his growth as a chess player. In that same event, in the evening, all these youngsters would, they are great friends of each other. There's a nice, relaxed one picture of Gukesh, Leon, Prag being together. At the Asian Championships 2022, Prag managed to win the gold medal and became the Asian champion. Again, a very proud moment for the entire family. He also won the Arjuna Award in 2022 at the age of just 17 years from the President of India. You can see there. It was again a very proud moment for the family. That's Prag's mother and father. Prag and Vaishali have been usually together in tournaments, have been helping each other. This one is at Tata Steel Chess India, but sometimes they have had to face each other. This one was a very tense game that ended in a draw. Although Prag has a plus score against Vaishali. It's a very nice picture of Prag, totally focused on the chessboard. And this one is with Hikaru Nakamura. In 2022, Prag had a tough time against Hikaru. Hikaru won both the games against Prag, but I think Prag took the revenge at the World Cup by eliminating him. This one is from 2022, when Prag played several online events of the Champions Chess Tour and managed to beat Magnus Carlsen 5 times. In fact, it was a very strategic decision taken by Prag and his trainer Ramesh and his entire team that he would play more online events that year, because he got to play against the best players in the world. And that really helped him to take his game to the next level. Although his rating didn't increase much, he became very strong. Prag was playing at the tournament FTX Crypto Cup at that point, and we had a fund there we were raising funds. It was called the CCT Prague Scholarship, and it was close to 2 lakh rupees, which was given to this young boy Ethan Vaz, and Prague was the one who sort of motivated Ethan on a phone call, and sort of the name of the scholarship is his. So we gave this amount, and Ethan is now one of the fastest growing young talents of Indian chess. He has reached a rating of 2300 plus at the age of just 11 years. This was Pragg taking on Magnus in 2023 at Tata Steel, and the game ended in a draw. So that was a good result for Pragg. And Pragg also in the same event beat Ding Liren with the black pieces, his first win against a 2800 plus opponent. At Tata Steel, you could see Pragg analyzing with Levon, and their Vishy is was the guest there. So he was making some moves, and we had also Abhimanyu Mishra, world's youngest GM, there in the background. WR Chess Masters, where Pragg, in this is 2023, Pragg took on Gukesh. Pragg and Gukesh have played each other like 2 times already in super tournaments this year, and both the times Gukesh has won, but they have had very interesting battles, and I think this sort of friendship rivalry between them will continue, I believe, for the years to come. Pragg being inducted as an employee in Indian Oil now that he's crossed 18 years in August 2023. He will be a full-time employee at Indian Oil, supported by them. And this is Pragg playing for Indian Oil team earlier this year against Vidit on top board from ONGC, and he beat Vidit and helped his team win. Pragg's real sort of rise now in the last few months started with the Global Chess League, where he scored 8.5 out of 10. Fantastic performance. He was the king of the tournament, the best player of the event. And then that continued into the Geza Hetenyi Memorial, where he crossed 2700 ELO in classical chess in Hungary. With beating Param Maksudlu in this game, he managed to cross 2700, and we made this very nice thumbnail of Pragg, which is like a king, there, very nice one. And then came the World Cup, where Pragg eliminated Hikaru Nakamura, then Arjun Erigaisi. When he beat Arjun, he actually made his way to the candidates, and now by beating Fabiano Caruana in the semi-finals, he's through to the finals to play against Magnus Carlsen. As on today, their first game between Magnus and Pragg ended in a draw. And Pragg's journey has been amazing. This is the look of a proud mother, who's been there right from the start. This picture, if you look at it, the little boy whom we met as a 9-year-old has now become 18-year-old and is already a candidate and world number 23. What a journey this has been. And we are so proud of Pragg and his entire family here. I wish them all the best of luck, and I hope that through this video you were able to get a peek into the life of this amazing talent, Praggnanandhaa, who will make India proud in the years to come. Do read the article. I will link it in the description, and you can then see all the videos that I mentioned, and also all the pictures are there along with captions. This is Sagar Shah signing off. Bye bye.